Hello. I was farming standing on my new account and figured why not make a video about standing, as well as different ways to earn standing. This video is specifically for Cetus, Fortuna, Deimos, considering this account is still very in the early game. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the first place we're going to start with is Cetus. You're going to head over to Kanzu.
Got something.
Go to his bounties. And then he has a list of bounties that you can do. And then on these bounties, it tells you how much standing you're going to get at the top. So this one's 1440, this one's 2070, this one's 2910. The harder it gets, the more rewards you get, the more standing you get. But this is just one of the ways you can earn standing. I would highly recommend this one. That way you can explore the world and can collect other things like endo, these lenses, and all these other rewards. They're important. But let's move on to the next way of earning standing. Now the second way is to hunt these kavats. You can hunt other things as well, but I believe kavats give the most standing. These kavats only show up at night. In the morning, you can hunt something else or do something else for standing. But the first thing you're going to do is get a tranquilizer gun, which is going to be found in Deimos. You have to talk to Sun. But for you to buy your first tranquilizer gun, you're going to have to complete something to give you 500 standing in Deimos. Usually it'd be a mother's bounty. You do that, get the 500 bounty, or sorry, not bounty, get the 500 standing, go to Sun, buy the tranquilizer gun, and then you can come back to Cetus and hunt kavats at night. Third way is going to be fishing. You're going to need to catch mercray, but you need mercray bait for that. And for mercray bait, you need to get visitor standing for Cetus. The fourth way is obviously going to be, well, I don't know how obvious it is, but it's going to be mining. You're going to need the no Sam cutter to mine, and then you're going to trade gems for Austrian standing. So I have one example right here. This will net me 100 each. It tells you how much each one is going to give you. So these are the most ones. Mining's probably one of the slower ways. It's RNG basically. But let me go ahead and turn these in. As you can see, 300 standing. Bam. Okay, now you got the basic idea of how to farm standing. It's basically going to be the same thing for these other areas. So we're just going to speed run Fortuna and Deimos. So next up is Fortuna. So same thing as Cetus. You got bounties. You already know how that works now. And let's move on to the next one. You're going to go ahead and take your tranquilizer gun, bring it out, and look for some animals. These are the spots where you can find some, or where I found some.
Flossy Sogor. Sometimes the vallus is a discarded crown, overgrown with fungus and floor.
Next thing is fishing. Now, fishing, I'm not going to say too much. I don't think fishing is really worth it in Fortuna. But if that is what you want to do, here's some fishing gameplay. After you caught enough fish that you're happy with, you're going to head over back to Fortuna and talk to the business, quote-unquote biz. So after getting enough standing from farming out your animals, you're going to come to Smoke Finger, and he's going to sell you a Sunpoint plasma drill. Well, you're going to go buy it. It's 2,500 standing. So farm up those animals until you get that much and then buy this. One thing, just in case you forget, make sure you equip it in your wheel gear, and then you're gonna switch out the no Sam cutter and put the Sunpoint plasma drill. So go inside a cave and same thing, just start mining. Caves are pretty good spots to find these. There's a good amount of them, usually together. Then you're gonna go back to Smokefinger, and you're just gonna sell them your ores for standing. As you can see, it's not as bad as Cetus. So I think this is an okay farm. The next and last one is going to be Deimos. And as usual, first way to get standing is through bounties.
You are here to assist.
Deimos is a little different though, because you do not get standing for doing these. You get tokens. So you have like mother token, son token, daughter token, all these family tokens.
Disappointing.
And then for those tokens, you're gonna go to grandmother, and then you're gonna do trade tokens for Entrati standing.
You and I have a chinwag.
And then here is all the standing prices or points you get when you turn them in. Grandmother gives you the most, but hers is kind of complicated. Well, not complicated, but takes more. So for you to get grandmother tokens, you actually have to turn in other families' tokens to get a grandmother token. Now for Deimos hunting, they're kind of spread out everywhere. I found the most success around the edges of the map. A few animals grouped up. I found 3 of them together near a corner, which I'll show right now.
The harsh face of Deimos and given a new, caring home.
You're gonna go ahead and click capture Deimos wildlife.
Am I to understand?
And you're gonna turn in the tags
you intend to
that you caught
out there and bring something exotic
and
in
you get
here?
one.
Excellent. Let's talk equipment.
1 token.
I look
Yes.
forward to your return.
Deimos
See you around.
is a grind. I'm just gonna warn you right now. Now for fishing, you're gonna talk to daughter, and when you catch fish, you can see right here, certain fishes will get you a certain amount of tokens, some more than the others. Like this one has 3 daughter tokens and this one has 1. But go ahead and turn this in. I don't want to go too in depth with this because this isn't a fishing guide. It's just a standing guide. But let's move on to the next one. OTAC, mining. It's also the same thing. So as you can tell by now, Deimos is basically, you do things in Deimos, you catch stuff, you fish stuff, you mine stuff, and then you turn it in for tokens. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, when I was farming Deimos standing, majority of it came from mother. I don't know if there was a better way of farming standing, but for me, mother was giving me a lot of tokens. But it is different because I was farming mother when I was already finished with Steel Path, meaning I was doing the harder bounties, which were giving me around 150 tokens. With that being said, just take your time at your own pace, especially if you're planning to farm Deimos standing, because it is a grind, one of the harder ones for standing. Later on, there's some other hard ones, but for early game players, this one's gonna be a long one. Like I said, take your time, have fun with the game, move at your own pace. Do not burn yourself out. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you found this video informative, and hopefully I helped you in some way. And if you could like, comment, subscribe, that'd be awesome. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.